Welcome back to Daily Insights. Today, we're diving into the story of a woman who thought divorce was her golden ticket to freedom, excitement, and a new life.
I just found out today that my ex-husband is engaged, that I'm unwell. And even though, yes, it was me that was like, hi, I want divorce. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. It brings up all these feelings. It brings up all this stuff. And we have a kid and it brings up all this stuff around him.
I want to be a boss bitch. I want to be independent. I don't need a man. I can do this all on my own.
But you cannot just pretend that it doesn't affect you. And I feel like people should be more out loud about it, because I wish that I had more people that were totally honest and super transparent in really difficult times. Oh my God, hi.
How are you? It's been so long. Just kidding, we're strangers.
But what she didn't realize was that this freedom came with bills, heartbreak, and a very expensive price tag. She looked at her husband one day and said, "I want a divorce." In her mind, she was about to start a fresh life filled with romance, adventure, and a long list of handsome men waiting to sweep her off her feet. What she actually signed up for was something very different. The real-life survival series called Single Mom Life, starring her, unpaid bills, and screaming kids. At first, it seemed fun.
Maybe it'll make someone laugh. Maybe it will motivate someone. Maybe it will be inspirational. Or maybe it'll just be like, who is this bitch? It could be any of those things. It could be none of those things. But we won't know unless we try, right? So in the spirit of not giving a fuck, here we are. So who am I? My name is Abby. I am a millennial. I'm also a single parent. I'm divorced. Love living my single era. Have no interest in dating, but do have some good stories. I was almost going to give away too much. I'm going to save that one for later. But anyways, back to who am I and why should you stick around? I'm on this journey to discover my life's purpose, and I'm doing lots of different things to try and sort out what that purpose might be, including watch the movie Soul. And let me tell you, I think the lesson is that your purpose isn't the thing you're supposed to be good at, but the small moments.
My husband fell in love with my best friend. Now ex-husband, ex-best friend, but they fell in love. It's now been 4 years, and I wanted to share a very important lesson that I learned. The people that are meant to be in your life will be in your life. Nothing will stop them from simply being in your life. If it's so easy for someone to leave, then they were never truly meant to be with you long term anyways. Also, I see people begging people to stay in their life. You really want someone in your life that you have to beg for? No, thank you. And if you're really fighting for someone to stay, don't you value and respect yourself enough to just let them go? I know that divorce is really hard, and I know that sitting in the loneliness is really hard, but it's way better than begging and pleading for someone to see your worth and your value. You are worth so much more than that, and I hope you see that. So from one heartbreak to another, I see you and I love you.
It's amazing how these women will always try to play it cool as if they are not jealous, hurt, and bitter when they see their husbands moving on. But you can see the anger and disappointment through her. Just in case you want more affirmation on how her life is miserable, I went through her page, and here is one of her latest video where she admits on how miserable her life really is.
So there are some crucial things that people don't talk about after you go through a divorce. The fact that the quietness and the emptiness in your home when you don't have your spouse or your children is deafening. You have to really get comfortable with being alone, and it's very uncomfortable. You quickly realize that you are now the center stage of all conversation in your friend group, because you're now living this wild and fun life because you're no longer attached to anybody. And I don't know about you, but I spent a lot of my time crying and eating pizza and drinking wine in the bathtub. Being single is glamorized in today's society, and people are saying, yes, good for being single, and you should really, really just enjoy it. It's so freeing. When really you lost your purpose because you've been supporting this person for X amount of years and supporting their aspirations and their goals and their dreams and their desires, and you lost yourself along the way. So now it's beautiful. You get to find yourself, but it's hard to sit in that and be like, oh, who the f am I? So maybe be a little bit more gentle on the single people in your life.
All these strong, independent, happy, single, living my best life women you see on the internet have the same sad story behind closed doors. They are all crying, miserable.
Then reality knocks on her door. Loudly. Rent is due. Groceries suddenly feel like luxury items. Her kids still need school fees, clothes, and food on the table. And she realizes something she never thought about before. Her husband was actually providing everything. Electricity, Wi-Fi, the car insurance, the roof over their heads. All those little things she thought were automatic suddenly became her responsibility. And it doesn't stop there. Loneliness hits. At night, she sits on the couch with ice cream in one hand and her phone in the other, scrolling endlessly, hoping someone will text her. But all she finds are the same chads, sliding into her inbox at 2 a.m. asking, "You up?" That's not love. That's convenience.
Which is casual. You know, he's like, I thought this was casual between us. So when was this casual? I am with you all the fucking time. And it's not because I'm clingy or I'm just inviting myself. You're inviting me. You are telling me I like you in my space. I asked you if you want me to leave and you say no. If you're telling me these words that are coming out of your mouth, I'm going to fucking believe you. Right? Like, I'm not delusional. You told me you weren't talking to anybody else. Okay, cool. You're not talking, right? Guys, if you tell a girl that, what? And I think, here's my assessment of the whole situation, is that, I think that he likes me more than he cares to admit to. And that scares him. And he still wants to act like he's in college. And he's not. And, you know, I told him on night one when he came home that I'm not an option. And I'm not going to be played. And that's just not going to happen. And that's exactly what he fucking did. Right? So we fought a lot. And he took it. He took what I had to say. I mean, I don't know how much he listened or whatever. But he sat there and he was apologetic and, you know, he got caught. And I even said her name. So that he knew I know. I know her name. She's 22. What are you going to do with a 22-year-old in the fucking Philippines? How is that going to work? I'd love to know. I would love to know how that's going to work. When I'm right here. Oh, and I told him that I loved him because that's also true. And, you know, love just happens sometimes, right? And it doesn't matter how long you've known somebody and whatever, and love just can be love. And he fucking lied to me.
She started meeting new men, the so-called chads. You know the type. They promise you the world, call you queen on day 1, and by day 3 they're asking, "So, when are you coming over?" These guys aren't interested in building families. They're interested in cardio sessions, and not the jogging kind. They tell her sweet lies. They say things like, "You're the only one I talk to," while texting 5 other women at the same time. She thought she left a boring marriage for passion and true love. But what she really found was men who disappear faster than...
I left, took my girls. We are in a hotel. I'm not going to say too much, but we're safe. To just set the record straight, we were not in danger. It was just best that we left. There was an exchanging of words that did not sit well with me. Went with my gut. If he cared, he would. That's what I tell my daughter. I tell myself that. I already know what's happening. He's making me out to look like I'm a certain way, and that's okay. Because that's also a big reason why I go back every time. I have to remind myself that not one single person lives in my house besides my family. I'm just publicly sharing because I also know that how many women are in relationships like this. I feel like it's been normalized and it's not okay. I have a plan in mind, but I don't at the same time. I'm just going to take one day at a time I have more love and support from strangers than I do my own family. That is sad, but it's okay. I cannot wait to come out on top, do this. I'm trying to make myself believe that everything's going to be okay. But really, in reality, I don't feel like that. Everything's going to be okay.
This is exactly how modern women lie to themselves all the time. They put themselves in difficult situations, but still believe that everything will be okay because they have been saved and helped by people around them their all lives. In this case, this woman underestimated the comfort her family unit was giving to her. And now all she does is cry and complain on the internet about how lonely and hard her life has become since she left her husband. Check it out.
I am like literally not okay. And I haven't been okay for a long time. I feel so empty. I've never felt like this in my life. The only thing that keeps me going is my baby. The pain is unbearable. I feel disassociated from everything and everyone. I don't feel like myself. I don't even remember what it feels like to be happy. I don't remember what it feels like to not fake being okay. Mommy loves you so much. And one day, we're gonna be together and we're gonna be so happy. Mommy won't be sad.
She starts missing the small things. Family dinners. Someone to fix the sink. Someone to share a joke with after a long day. Suddenly, the husband she thought was boring starts looking like the most reliable man on earth. Stability may not feel exciting, but it feels
Being a single mom for me, the hardest part is not the financial part. It's literally like the dysregulation that my child has the majority of the time. It got worse after the dad moved to California. And it's so hard because I have so many great tools as to how to like help a child regulate their nervous system, and like I've done a lot of that work on my own too. It's like no matter what I do, because she feels like so sad and abandoned, it's like never enough. And I know that like sometimes that's just a 3 and a 4 and a 5-year-old, like regardless, which I just feel like that's like not talked about enough as a mom. Like when your child's like always dysregulated and like feeling like a bad mom, or just feeling so miserable.
Now let's be clear. Divorce isn't always wrong. In some cases, it's necessary. If there's abuse, betrayal, or total incompatibility, walking away can save your life. But too many people leave marriages over temporary frustrations. They think they'll find something better instantly. They think freedom means happiness. But freedom without preparation often means stress, debt, and regret. The grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. Marriage is work. It's not always fun. It's not always exciting, but it builds something valuable. A foundation, a family, a partner who actually sticks around when times are tough. So the lesson here is simple. Don't let short-term emotions destroy long-term stability. Don't trade loyalty and love for temporary thrills. And if you do decide to leave, make sure you're prepared for the reality that independence isn't free. It comes with bills, responsibilities, and a lot of lonely nights.
It's like really hard for me to admit that it's so hard. And I feel like even before I was a mom, or a single mom, I had these days. But then it's like, too, sometimes you see on social media, like, I've seen so many comments from moms of like, I never needed a break from my kids or this or that. But it's so hard. And I have like a boyfriend, but I still consider myself a single mom because I'm usually with my daughter alone, because him and I work opposite schedules, and like I financially support myself. Like, yeah, he'll help with my daughter and he's really great, but like even if then you get remarried, it's like nobody talks about the fact that like they don't listen to that parent because it's not their, biological parent that they grew up with. And I've heard like having a blended family, and being like a step parent is really hard. And it's like hard for everybody because even the real parent is like, they can't help, they can't intervene the same, you know?
Thanks for watching Daily Insights. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and let us know in the comments. Do you think people underestimate the hardships of single life after marriage? See you in the next one.